Hi everyone, my name is Keely and I'm the owner and creator here at Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for another behind the scenes video as I make a crescent moon to go into the next soap we're going to make. Now also at the end of this video I have included an unboxing of a parcel that I received in the post this week, and it's quite ironic really because the person that actually sent me this parcel is also the person that has inspired me to have a go at these moon soaps. So stay tuned for that, but for now we are going to go and make a crescent moon for the soap. In my jug here I've got about 400 grams of oils, and I have my sodium hydroxide and distilled water solution in my smaller jug, and that's all been worked out as usual using soap calc. And what I'm going to do is start by pouring my sodium hydroxide solution into my oils. I'm going to give it a very light mix and then we'll split it up for some colours. So for my colours, in this pot here I have got some Desire mica, which I have mixed with just a tiny little bit of really red, which is from Nurture Soap, and the Desire is from my mica obsession, as is most of my micas. And then over in this little jug here I have got some Black Pearl, and I have mixed both of these up with a little bit of oil just to make it easier to mix into this small amount of soap. So that should do for the black. And then into my bigger jug here I have some Resplendent mica, because this time round I want to make a slightly darker moon than I did on my last moon soap that I did. So let's get that scraped out of there and into the jug. And what I'm going to do into this big jug as well is I'm going to actually pour all of my fragrance oil, so I don't have to just mix a tiny little bit into those little jugs. We'll give that a nice mix, and then we'll mix up these other colours, and then we'll go and grab the mould and we will start pouring our moon. Mold, I have got a PVC pipe, and what I've done is I've got a big PVC pipe and then I've got a smaller one. I've wrapped the smaller one up into some greaseproof paper on the outside, and then I've lined my bigger one with greaseproof paper, and then I've put the two inside each other. So we're hopefully going to make a crescent moon. Now I will admit this is the second time I'm going to do this pour. The first time I did this I thought I had all this all nicely lined up and all sealed, and as I was pouring my soap in here I was a bit confused that it wasn't actually filling up the crescent side. And what I worked out was that some of the soap had started to seep into the smaller side of this mold, and there's probably, I don't know, about a quarter of the smaller mold which is full of soap. So because it meant that my moon was so much shorter than my actual mold for my soap and too many bars were going to miss out, I decided to make it again. I've left that soap in the smaller one to actually create a bit of a stopper at the bottom of it, so hopefully this time I won't have any soap come up through the center of the smaller one. So that's just something to keep into consideration if you are wanting to have a go at making these crescent moons. You can get these stoppers like this, but if I put that onto the bottom of that smaller one I'm going to end up with that sort of shape in the moon as well, so I really didn't want that. What I'm going to do is pour a little bit of my black into my gold, and I'm also going to pour a bit of this red. So we're going to do a bit of a in the pot swirl. I'll leave half of it, so once we get halfway through pouring this we can add some more colour. So we'll come back to this, and what I'm going to do this time, I'm doing this, I'm going to make sure I'm pushing down on that smaller piece of PVC so it doesn't float up, and now I'm just going to very carefully pour about half of the jug of this colour into my mould. Now I want to say a huge thank you while I'm doing this for everyone's support on my question about starting a Patreon campaign. there was a lot of support for me to start that one up, and I am looking at starting up the campaign in January. Now it's going to be a place where I hope I can create a community where people can help and support each other, as well as a place for me to be able to offer the tips and tricks that I've been learning along the way, share some recipes with you and things like that. Now there seemed to be a general idea that because I was starting up the Patreon campaign that I would no longer be doing things like YouTube and that sort of thing. That is not the case. It's going to act as a sort of resource tool or a supporting sort of tool for Facebook and for Instagram and for YouTube. It will allow me to answer questions that maybe 10 or 20 people email me with the same question. It will allow me to actually answer more people more in-depthly by having the Patreon page. And it's not going to be super expensive. A lot of people have been saying that they're on budgets and things like that, and I understand that. And I'm not going to be one of these that asks for $25 and $30 and $50 and things like that. It's only going to be around that sort of $5 mark, and there will be other levels as well. And one of the things that I would actually share with you in there is how I've actually calculated how much soap I actually need to make this mold. There are pages which can help you do that as well, but sometimes it can be just a little bit confusing. But once you've worked out how to do it with your soap recipe, it becomes a lot easier to do as well. Alright, so I've got that pretty much filled up there. I'm going to give that a bit of a tap down just to make sure we've got no air bubbles. I did actually calculate it this time so that I would end up, well, I calculated it last time I did this too, so that I would end up with a little bit of spare soap. So we'll give that another good tap down there. Oh, that one's floated up a bit, so I'm just going to push that down. I think next time I did this I would probably actually put a thin layer of melt and pour into the actual cap in the bottom just to hold that all down and tight. My mold is actually 3 centimeters bigger than my loaf mold, so I know that I have got plenty of room. Just going to go grab another mold to pop this one into. Alright, so I've got myself another silicone mold here, and I'm just going to pour all of this soap into there, and that will make a nice little guest size soap for someone. Okay, so now I'm going to leave this one sit here for about 24 hours and we'll come back and unmold it and see what our crescent moon looks like. Okay, so this has been sitting here for about 24 hours now, and I am ready to take this out of its PVC mold. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my tape off so we can get that smaller piece of piping out. So pull that out of there. We'll see if we can get the bottom off this easier than the last time, and yes it did. Last time I put some film inside it just so it didn't leak up and out, and it really tightened that grip, and this time I didn't, and it's a lot easier to take that off. I am now just going to pull that little bit of tape, and let's see if we can get this out of here easily. So it looks like that piece of pipe, that's going to slide out nice and easily, and you can see that was from my first attempt. So I'll have to work out how to actually get that bit of soap out of there, because it's filled to about 1/3, and I will be able to use that soap for something. But for now I'm going to pop that off to one side, and now I'm going to work out how to get the crescent of this moon out. So I might start by just actually pulling on this paper. Just don't want to dent the ends too much, but if I can get just a little bit of movement, the rest of it's going to pull out nice and easy. So I've been able to push that up. That's it. Let's give that a good pull. I don't want to squeeze on it because I don't want to kind of break the crescent shape that we've got on there. So I might just need to go and get something that I can grip on to the end of that better. Alright, got to do my non-slip stuff here. That's better. That's just pulled straight out of there. Get that bit out of the way. Let's unwrap our Crescent moon. Now the idea behind this moon is that I wanted quite a dark shape. We have been getting some of the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets, but also really, really pretty coloured moons. And this is all because of the fires, which I know so many people have actually been messaging me about. We've had lots and lots of fires down here in Australia, and yeah, it is pretty devastating. But one of the things that you do notice is that you get the most beautiful looking moons and sunrises and sunsets. So I really wanted to kind of fashion this moon off of the sort of moons that we have been seeing lately. So we've got that bit from off the outside. Now I just need to get this bit out of here, and this is what the other bit of pipe was wrapped around. So that should just pull straight up and out. That's coming out nicely. Oop, I just tore a bit of that moon off, but that's okay. It still is a little bit soft there. So I'm not going to try and fix that end up, because I just feel that it might actually end up ruining it instead. But what I am going to do is just trim this down a little bit, just to give it a little bit more shape. I have actually got a piece of tape on there, which is from where I held the greaseproof paper together. Get that out of the way, keep trimming that down. This actually is still quite soft, even though it's been sitting here for 24 hours. We are now getting really hot, humid days, so I'm kind of almost at the point where I'm going to have to get a whole lot of soaping videos done for you guys before we really get into the heat of summer, because once we're in that heat of summer, it's just an absolute nightmare to try and get my soaps to soap nicely. That was something I learned last summer. Everything just kept seizing up on me, and then as soon as it started to cool back down, everything started working nicely again. Okay, so this is now all cleaned up and it is ready to go into the soap. But that will give you an idea of what our Crescent moon is going to look like. I'm actually going to leave this one sit here for about 18 to 24 hours just to firm up, because it is still quite soft, and I don't want to have it actually collapse in on me when I pour the weight of the freshly made soap on top of it. So we'll leave that one sit there, and then I will show you on the weekend what we're going to be doing with this Crescent moon shape. But for now, if you stick around after this, I'm going to show you an unboxing of a parcel that I got sent this week. So let's go and have a look. Alright, so I am at the end of my day and I am going to do an unboxing of this parcel. Now, I've been busy all day doing things. My post lady knocked at my door this morning and she handed me this parcel, which was really odd because I wasn't expecting any parcels this week. I haven't actually ordered anything. And when I checked out the labelling on the front, this has come from Tiara at Gypsy Faye Creations. I can't thank you enough, Tiara. It has been a pretty tough month this month. A lot has happened in our family, which we haven't really been putting out on social media. And this brought a huge smile to my face. So thank you so much. And I decided that I was going to open it up on camera and share with you guys what she has sent to me. So let's get that open up there. And we'll pull out, I love this crinkle paper. I don't know where I can buy it here in Australia, but I absolutely love the look of it. It's so cute. And let's take a look. I can see a pink spatula. That is so super cute. I'm always looking for small spatulas. They're so hard to find as well. So that is going to be very well used. What else is... Oh, now I have heard all sorts about these Peeps. I have never seen them, never had one, so I am so excited to be able to try these because I love marshmallows and they are so super cute. I love them. And what else? Oh, a lavender. Oh, lavender lemon. Yum. That sounds so nice, and with the avocado oil, beeswax, some sweet almond oil, and the label on that is just beautiful as well. Can't wait to try that one. And what's this one here? Vanilla bean marshmallows. Oh, yum. They sound really nice as well. And handmade indulgent snack. Yummy. I am definitely going to have some of those once I go in the house tonight and go and have a bit of dinner, and then I can have some dessert. Yum. And now, how did you know that, Miss Tiara? So I very, very rarely actually put out there when my birthday is, but so I'm very, very surprised that you've actually been able to find that one out. So I'm going to open that one up in a little bit to have a look. And oh, we've got a nice little notebook there as well. I love the colours on that. That is going to be well used to keep all my little soapy notes in there. And then we've got, oh, there's 2 more in here. So let's take that and take those out of the way there. And we're going to take, this feels like a piece of cake. Oh, and it is. And sorry, I'm going to smell. Oh, that is pumpkin pie. That is so cute. I've always loved watching Tiara make these little cakes. And those little pumpkin pieces, they are so cute. Thank you. And we'll get this one open too. Oh, look! I loved watching her make this one with all these little bits, and I loved those little pine cones. I have never seen any that small, and oh, I love your stamp. It looks so good on camera, but in real life, that is absolutely stunning. Thank you so much, Tiara, and I'd actually planned on putting this on the end of a video that is actually just after my birthday, so that is so appropriate. Thank you so much, Tiara. It means the absolute world to me, and it really has brightened up my month. So I hope you enjoyed watching that unboxing as much as I thoroughly enjoyed opening it up and seeing all of those surprises. Thank you so much, Tiara. It really did mean a lot. You did let the cat out the bag. I don't usually promote when my birthday is, but I know some of you are now going to ask. My birthday is actually on the 3rd of December. So this is actually airing in Australia the day after my birthday. And it is on this day that I am going to be going out with my family to the place that I chose to go to, which is called Husk Distillery. And it is a place where ink gin and an Australian agricole or rum is made. So we're going there for the day. So I do apologize right now if I'm not responding to comments and questions as quickly as what I usually do. It is because I don't really want to jump onto social media after having a day at the distillery. But if you do want to see some of the things that we are getting up to, I will post a couple of pictures of the distillery because it is absolutely gorgeous down there. I hope you have enjoyed watching how I made the crescent moon, and if you want to see what I'm going to do with it, don't forget to tune in to Saturday's video. So thank you again so much for watching, and until the weekend, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you then. Bye.